Season 1 of Landman didn't just tell a story, it introduced us to a ruthless, high-stakes world where oil isn't just a resource, but the lifeblood of power, politics, and survival. The show painted a raw and gritty picture of life in West Texas, where ordinary workers, wealthy oil tycoons, and ambitious outsiders collide. Each character had something at risk, and each choice they made came with devastating consequences. At the heart of the drama was the exploration of greed, loyalty, and betrayal. The season showed us how the oil boom created not only billion-dollar fortunes, but also fractured families and dangerous rivalries. Characters we thought we could trust turned out to have hidden motives, while others surprised us with loyalty and sacrifice. The storytelling didn't shy away from showing the darker side of ambition, how power can corrupt, how money can blind, and how the pursuit of success can push people past their limits. One of the biggest highlights of the first season was how it built tension episode after episode, slowly revealing that every character was connected by more than just business. Friendships became fragile, alliances were tested, and relationships, both personal and professional, were torn apart. By the time the finale aired, audiences were left with more questions than answers. Who could be trusted? Was pulling the strings behind the scenes? Most importantly, what would happen next in this world of shifting loyalties and dangerous secrets? The cliffhanger ending only fueled the fire. The finale teased that the battles we saw in Season 1 were only the beginning. The show hinted at bigger players entering the game, more ruthless competition, and deeper secrets buried in the Texas oil fields. The trailer for Season 2 builds on this foundation. But before we jump into what's new, it's important to remember how the groundwork was laid. Season 1 didn't just set the stage, it made it clear that this story isn't about heroes or villains, but about survival in a world where everyone is fighting to stay on top. The beauty of Landman lies in how it mirrors reality. The oil industry has always been known for its power struggles, and the series captures this raw truth in a dramatic, fast-paced way. The characters we met weren't one-dimensional. They had layers, secrets, and flaws that made them feel real. Some were driven by ambition, others by revenge, and a few just wanted to protect their families from being swallowed by the chaos. These complex dynamics made every episode feel unpredictable, and that unpredictability is exactly what has fans so eager for Season 2 as we gear up for the next chapter. Looking back at Season 1 reminds us why this story connected so strongly with viewers. It's not just about oil rigs and boardrooms. It's about people making impossible choices, torn between loyalty and greed, survival and betrayal. With the trailer for Season 2 now out, one thing is certain: the stakes are higher. The cast is bigger, and the drama is about to reach a whole new level. Asterisk. The Landman Season 2 trailer wastes no time reminding us why this series is unlike anything else on television. From the very first frame, there's a sense of urgency, grit, and raw emotion that tells us this isn't just a continuation, it's a transformation. The trailer opens with sweeping shots of the Texas oil fields at sunrise, the machines roaring to life like beasts awakening from their slumber. But instead of hope or promise, there's an undercurrent of danger in the way the camera lingers on the rigs. The message is clear. The oil that fuels dreams can just as easily destroy them. The first big takeaway from the trailer is its darker tone. Season 1 gave us glimpses of ambition and betrayal, but Season 2 looks set to take those themes to a whole new level. In one quick cut, we see a heated boardroom standoff, with characters slamming fists on the table, followed by an outdoor confrontation where tempers explode under the blazing Texas sun. The editing is sharp, almost chaotic, hinting at a season filled with power struggles that escalate beyond control. This isn't just business anymore, it's personal. The trailer makes sure we feel that shift in intensity. One of the most intriguing moments comes about halfway through when a familiar face appears, an older character who seemed sidelined. At the end of Season 1, their sudden presence in the trailer suggests unfinished business. It's possibly revenge or a secret plan that will shake the core of the main storyline. The way the shot lingers on their expression, a mix of cold determination and hidden pain, tells us they will play a far bigger role this time around. Fans who speculated that this character had more influence than they let on might finally be proven right. Then comes the new energy. Fresh faces that bring mystery and suspense. The trailer doesn't outright explain who these newcomers are, but their introductions are packed with subtle clues. A quick shot of a powerful handshake hints at new alliances forming, while another clip shows a tense exchange in a darkened hallway, where words are whispered but stakes feel life-threatening. These visuals tell us that outsiders are stepping into this brutal world. Their arrival will likely push existing rivalries to the breaking point. The soundtrack deserves its own mention. The trailer uses a slow, pulsing beat that grows heavier. As the visuals intensify, mimicking the thundering drills of the oil rigs, by the time the trailer reaches its climax, the music swells into a chaotic storm of drums and strings, perfectly matching the scenes of explosions, violent clashes, and emotional breakdowns. This soundscape makes the experience immersive, pulling us straight into the chaos that season. It's two promises to deliver. One standout moment that fans are already buzzing about is a mysterious voiceover that says, "In this land, nothing is given." This chilling line echoes throughout the trailer, almost like a warning. It perfectly sums up the ruthless nature of the series, where survival comes only to those willing to fight, betray, or even destroy. The fact that the trailer doesn't reveal who says this line makes it even more intriguing, leaving viewers to guess which character is about to redefine the game. Visually, the trailer also leans heavily into symbolism. Fire and oil, two of the most dangerous and destructive forces, are shown in quick succession, almost suggesting that this season will blur the line between creation and destruction. A brief glimpse of a rig engulfed in flames could mean a literal disaster on the horizon, or it could serve as a metaphor for the relationships that will collapse under pressure. Either way, it's a striking image that sets the tone for a season filled with volatility. Perhaps the most important aspect of the trailer, though, is how it refuses to give away too much. Instead of neatly laying out the plot, it bombards us with flashes of conflict fights breaking out in boardrooms, lovers embracing before being torn apart, deals being made in smoky back rooms, and sudden moments of violence that cut to black. Every scene feels like a puzzle piece, daring the audience to put them together while leaving just enough mystery to keep us hooked by the end of the trailer. The pacing reaches its peak. Characters shout, oil rigs roar, and the tension builds to a single final shot. One of the main characters standing alone in the desert, staring out into the horizon as if preparing for a war that's bigger than anything we've seen before. It's a haunting image, one that leaves viewers with goosebumps and questions. Who will rise? Who will fall? And how far are they willing to go to control this unforgiving land? The Season 2 trailer doesn't just tease, it challenges us. It tells the audience to buckle up because what's coming is bigger, bolder, and more dangerous than ever before. And if the intensity of the trailer is any sign, fans are in for a season that will redefine everything they thought they knew about. Landman. Asterisk, if there's one thing that elevates a drama from good to unforgettable, it's the arrival of new characters who shake up everything we thought we knew. Landman Season 2 is not just giving us more of the same, it's introducing a wave of new faces. And their presence already feels like the spark that could ignite the entire story into chaos. The trailer teases these additions carefully, giving us just enough to stir speculation while leaving the big reveals for when the show airs. And that mystery, that deliberate choice to hide motives and backstories, is exactly what makes these new cast members so exciting. The first standout is a rugged, sharp newcomer who appears in the trailer during a tense standoff. From his weathered look and commanding presence, it's clear this character is no ordinary drifter. He feels like someone who spent years surviving on the fringes of the oil empire, watching, waiting, and finally stepping into the light with a plan of his own. Fans are already theorizing he could be a rival oilman, a dangerous investor, or perhaps even someone tied to the land's darker history. His brief but powerful appearance signals that he's not here to play by anyone's rules, he's here to rewrite them. Then there's the striking figure of a powerful businesswoman who dominates her scenes with quiet authority. Unlike the brashness we've seen from some characters in Season 1, her strength seems to come from her calm, calculating demeanor. In one shot, she's seated at a boardroom table, speaking while everyone else listens, a sign that she commands respect without needing to raise her voice. This kind of presence suggests she could be the most dangerous addition yet, not because she's loud, but because she's smart, patient, and strategic. If Season 1 showed us how recklessness could lead to ruin, Season 2 seems ready to prove that cold, calculated moves can be even deadlier. Another intriguing reveal is a younger character who flashes across the trailer in several fast cuts, rebellious. Fiery spirit who seems unwilling to bow to authority. Their energy feels different from the rest of the cast, almost like they represent a new generation stepping into the battlefield of greed and ambition. In one scene, we catch them storming out of a confrontation, and in another, standing defiantly under the blazing sun, as though ready to take on the entire oil empire alone. This new face could symbolize the voice of change, someone unwilling to let old power structures crush their future. Their role may inject fresh energy into the show, appealing to viewers who love characters that break the mold. But the trailer doesn't stop there. We also get fleeting glimpses of supporting additions, faces that may not take center stage, but will undoubtedly leave an impact. Mysterious figures shown in shadows suggest someone with hidden ties to existing characters, possibly an ally, turned foe, or a family member returning with unfinished business. Another shot shows a well-dressed outsider shaking hands with one of the main cast, a sign that foreign investors or external forces may be stepping into Texas's oil battleground. These subtle introductions hint at a broader world, one where the stakes are no longer confined to a single town or family, but ripple outward into national or even global conflict. What makes these cast additions so compelling is the way the trailer positions them against the familiar faces we already know. Their presence feels like a test, challenging returning characters to adapt, fight harder, and even question their own loyalties. Will the established players hold their ground, or will these newcomers destabilize everything they've built? That tension is exactly what fuels audience curiosity. The brilliance of these new additions lies not only in who they are, but in how they might connect to the unresolved storylines from Season 1. Could the rugged newcomer be tied to a family? Secret hinted at in the finale is the powerful businesswoman stepping in to claim the empire left fractured after last season's betrayals? And could the rebellious younger character be the one to ignite a revolution that topples both old and new powers alike? These unanswered questions are what keep fans theorizing, and what will keep them glued to their screens when the season premieres. Beyond character dynamics, these new roles also bring a shift in tone. Their introduction expands the world of Landman, showing that the battle over oil isn't limited to a single company or family. Instead, it's a sprawling web of rivalries, alliances, and betrayals that cross generations and borders. With the addition of fresh players, Season 2 has the chance to raise the stakes in ways we couldn't have imagined in Season 1. Ultimately, these new cast members aren't just additions, they're disruptors. They're the wild cards that ensure nothing stays predictable. And in a show like Landman, where every deal and betrayal matters, the arrival of these figures could mean the difference between survival and destruction. If the trailer has made one thing clear, it's that these new faces will not quietly blend into the background. They're here to change the story, and in doing so, they might just change everything for the characters we thought we knew so well. Asterisk. If Season 1 of Landman was about showing us the cost of ambition, then Season 2 looks ready to dive deeper into the devastating consequences of power. The trailer doesn't hand us the full storyline on a silver platter, but the fragments it reveals create a clear picture. This season is going to be darker, more complex, and far more personal than what we've seen before. Where Season 1 laid the foundation with corporate rivalries and family tensions, Season 2 sharpens those conflicts into a battlefield where trust is scarce. Betrayal is inevitable, and survival is the only goal that matters. One of the strongest hints from the trailer is the theme of escalation. Everything feels bigger. The oil fields look more dangerous, the confrontations more explosive, and the betrayals more painful. This isn't just about business deals gone wrong anymore. It's about wars being fought in boardrooms across dusty landscapes, and even within families. The trailer flashes images of fiery explosions on rigs, tense courtroom battles, and emotional breakdowns behind closed doors. Each moment seems to reinforce that this season is moving beyond survival to outright war, where every character has something or someone there is willing to destroy. The story direction also seems to shift toward the human cost of greed. Season 1 showed us how oil money can divide communities and corrupt morals. But Season 2 appears ready to tackle the deeper toll it takes on individuals. One scene shows a father figure breaking down in silence, his face worn from carrying too many secrets, while another clip highlights a young character screaming in frustration, unwilling to accept the sacrifices demanded of them. These moments suggest that while the oil industry drives the external conflict, the internal battles between ambition and morality, love and betrayal, tradition and change will be just as central to the story. One possible plotline teased in the trailer revolves around shifting alliances. We see familiar characters sitting at the table with new faces, hands shaking over deals that don't feel trustworthy. This hints at a season where loyalties will change like the wind. Someone who appeared to be a trusted ally in Season 1 might now be playing both sides, while others who were enemies could suddenly find themselves forced into fragile partnerships. These uneasy alliances add layers of tension. Because in a world as ruthless as Landman, partnerships don't last, they implode. The arrival of new power players adds another dimension. The powerful businesswoman teased in the trailer seems poised to claim her place as a central figure, possibly rivaling or even overtaking the established tycoons. Her calm, confident demeanor suggests she knows more than she's letting on, and her role could shift the balance of power in ways no one expects. Meanwhile, the rugged newcomer feels like a disruptor, someone who could ignite chaos, not just through brute force, but through connections to the land itself. His role may expose deeper secrets about the oil fields, secrets that could unravel everything the characters thought they controlled. The trailer also suggests a broader scope for the conflict. While Season 1 focused heavily on West Texas, Season 2 looks like it will expand its reach, possibly involving outsiders, corporate competitors, and even political forces. Shots of city skylines, corporate towers, and high-stakes meetings far away from the rigs hint that this season won't just be about local rivalries. It's about global influence. Oil has always been a worldwide commodity, and it seems Landman is ready to show just how far-reaching the consequences of one region's battles can be. But beneath all the boardroom scheming and oil rig explosions lies the heart of the story, the personal struggles. The trailer leans heavily into emotional beats, showing us lovers torn apart, family members at odds, and friendships pushed to the breaking point. These glimpses remind us that while the show thrives on its big picture conflicts, its real power comes from its characters. Their pain, sacrifices, and choices make the story resonate. This season seems determined to explore the question, how much are you willing to lose for the sake of power? A particularly striking line in the trailer, blood and oil run together, here hints at the brutal reality the characters will face. It suggests that the battle for control won't just cost money or influence, it will cost lives and relationships. This chilling theme reinforces the idea that the plot is steering toward a season where victory comes at a devastating price. Fans should prepare for heartbreak, because if the trailer is any indication, no character is safe from the consequences of their ambition. As for theories, many fans believe the new season could center on an impending disaster, possibly an oil rig explosion, or a corporate takedown that spirals out of control. The fiery visuals in the trailer, combined with the heavy emphasis on shifting alliances, point toward a climax where everything collapses at once. The biggest question is, who will still be standing when the dust settles? Ultimately, the story direction of Season 2 appears to be about transformation. The characters will be pushed to evolve. Some will rise, and others will fall in spectacular fashion. Trust will be shattered, alliances will crumble, and new power will emerge from the wreckage. If Season 1 was about showing us the cost of ambition, Season 2 is shaping up to be about the price of survival.